The event will begin in 5 minutes.
سيبدأ الحدث في غضون 5 دقائق.
Please be seated. The event is about to begin.
يرجى منكم التكرم بالجلوس. سيبدأ الحدث بعد قليل.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your phones on silent.
سيداتي سادتي، يرجى وضع الهاتف المحمول على وضع الصامت.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the national anthem of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
سيداتي سادتي، نرجو التكرم بالوقوف للسلام الملكي للمملكة العربية السعودية.
Go. بسرعة. ورحمة الله وبركاته. Good evening
and welcome to the final gala of WEP 2026. It's hard to believe we've reached the end of 2 incredible weeks filled with learning, dialogue, and connection.
Over the past 2 weeks, we have shared a rich journey of engaging workshops, inspiring keynotes, reflecting our theme of adaptation, including insights from His Excellency Abdulaziz Al Malik, exploring peace education, 2027, solar eclipse, and global equity for a more peaceful planet.
And not forgetting about how we learned about navigating energy transition pathways for the MENA region, to adaptation in sports by the famous Saudi athlete Saleh Al-Shehri, and navigating uncertainty in the world's most extreme environments.
Tonight marks the end of the 2 remarkable weeks and the close of WEP 2026. It's our moment to celebrate together and reflect on the ideas, conversations, and the community that made this journey exceptional.
We'd love to extend our deepest gratitude to Professor Arwa Al-Ama and the Office for Education and Advancement, to this year's WEP Chair, Professor Deanna Lacoste, and the incredible WEP team and volunteers who made this all possible.
Please join and give them a round of applause.
And for the final time this WEP, crediting students, please don't forget to check in for this event and to check out when the session ends.
To officially open the final gala, please join us in welcoming Professor Arwa Al-A'ma, Vice President for Education and Advancement, to the stage for our welcome address.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, future scientists. As we bring WEP 2026 to a close, I hope this past week has reminded us why this program holds such a special place at KAUST. WEP is more than a series of events. It's a space for curiosity, creativity, and connection across disciplines, institutions, and cultures. Under the theme Adaptation, Reshaping for a Fluctuating Future, we explored ideas that challenged us to think differently about resilience, innovation, and our collective responsibility in a rapidly changing world. We covered adaptation in different walks of life, in science, in technology, in medicine, in education, and even in sports. The conversations, the projects, and the collaborations we witnessed reflect the depth of talent and ambition of everyone involved. This year, we had more than 450 KAUST students attending WEP for credit, but also 600 students from other in-kingdom institutions. This is the largest number of students attending WEP since its inception. I truly would like to extend my sincere thanks to our speakers, mentors, partners, and especially our MCs, Dalia and Abu Bakr. And in particular to Professor Deanna Lacoste and the co-chair, Professor Atif Shamim, and the entire WEP team and volunteers for delivering an exceptional program. Your commitment and energy made this experience possible. To our students, thank you for your engagement, curiosity, and drive. You are the heart of WEP and the heart of KAUST, and you represent the future leaders who will turn ideas into impact. We hope WEP 2026 has inspired you, challenged you, and equipped you with new perspectives that will stay with you forever, well beyond this week. I now would like to ask Professor Deanna Lacoste to come to the stage to deliver her remarks, and because we have a special gift for her.
Okay. Thank you.
Surprise for you.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
Can you please look at me? Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. This is a real surprise, so I'm very happy. Thank you. Okay. 10 days ago, I was here on this stage for the opening ceremony, and here we go, at the final gala. This has been 10 very, very intense days. You can tell me, you can trust me, I'm still emotional about that. So I had the chance to experience fantastic keynote talks. I had the excitement of being behind the stage and trying to make the best experience for you, the students, the faculty, the community, and I hope you enjoyed it. For my part, I loved the keynote talks that we had. I think this year was fantastic, and I would like to share with you some of the picks that I took from all of these talks. Your picks are probably completely different, but yeah, just as an introduction. So from the opening keynote of Dr. Abdulaziz, he said that knowing the limits of your body, you can find your way to impact. I love that. I love that you are able to say, okay, my body has limits, and I need to know the limit to be able to have an impact in my life and in other lives. We don't often hear this message, especially in public environments, so I was very impressed by him saying that. From the talk of Professor Stephanie, she said that for a regenerative education, meaning an education that will make us happier in the future, okay, very good education, life should be at the center. These are simple words. Life should be at the center. I'm still thinking about that. I need to process to see how I can do that as a teacher, but I think that was very inspiring. From Dr. Lockwood, she said, when you have in total 1 hour of possible experiments over 20 years, you should be prepared. Being an experimentalist, okay, I thought that I had an idea of what it means to be prepared, because when you have 8 milliseconds of test for 2 weeks of preparation, you think, okay, this is already challenging. But here, it's another scale. From Professor Andy, he said, and he showed us that without equity, no real solution exists. This is simple. And you say, okay, these are just good words, but it's true. This has been demonstrated. Without equity, there is no way that we can move forward and have a sustainable future. Dr. Manal said something very interesting and completely new to me, as I wasn't expecting that. She said that the economy in Saudi Arabia is impacting many countries in the world. And she gave a number. From Saudi Arabia, 131 billion US dollars are injected in other countries, other economies every year. So what's happening on Kingdom is impacting a broad range over us. And, okay, we need to think about it. From Mr. Saleh, he said, if I need to choose between Messi and Ronaldo for my team, I choose Messi. This was a response to one of the questions. To be honest, I don't know who is Messi and who is Ronaldo. I know nothing about football. I know. But what I love here is that he made this bold statement, being very respectful, being appreciative of the skills of these two football players, but anyway, saying the truth in front of a big audience that he didn't know. Yeah, we learned from him. And yesterday, we had the talk of Professor Mark. He said that if you want to keep your ability to take good decisions in extreme environment, you need to have enough of sleep, enough of hydration, warmth, calories, and good human relations. Okay, from my little experience, maybe this is true for extreme environment, but this is true in reality, in any part of your life. For me, it took me a few decades to reach to this conclusion, so I'm happy that he could share that with you guys who are young generation. You will save time. All of these talks make me really, really happy. I told you at the opening ceremony that I was more on the pessimistic side when we talk about the future. I'm not saying that I'm moving from pessimistic to optimistic, anxious to optimist, but actually, in reality, it depends. You are always, some parts of you are a bit anxious, some parts are a bit optimistic, and I think that we really need to push ourselves to go to the optimistic side. This is very, very important, and I think it's truly an honor to be here and to have access to this talk that help us in reaching this goal. So, I just said that it's important to be happy and optimistic, but why is that? I made a questionnaire about it. Please don't take your phone. This is your private answer. You don't need to fill anything, but I will give you some possible answer to this question. Why is it important to be happy and optimistic? Maybe because you will enjoy your life. Okay, this is obvious. Maybe because you will make people around you happier. If you are happy, you will see. People around are more happy, that's for sure. But maybe because you will be full of energy to tackle problems and difficulties. When you are depressed, when you are sad, when you are anxious, you don't have enough energy. You just want to go back home, take some good chocolate, whatever, but you are not full of energy to tackle the problems that are bothering you. So this is why it's very important to try to go in the happy and optimistic style. Being happy and optimistic maybe will be good for you because you will be more successful. Happy people are productive people and successful people. Another option may be because you will like Tamimi food and supermarket. Okay, so this is a private joke with those who put Tamimi as an improvement for the future. To be honest, I love Tamimi food, and I'm impressed by what this group of people are able to do with the supermarket. They are feeding a variety of people coming from more than 100 different countries. This is a big challenge, and I really appreciate their effort. And the last option is all of the above. And I think there is just one real good answer for that, is all of the above. Okay. Again, in my opening ceremony remarks, I said that, I don't know if you remember, but I said that my dog, Willy, is now happy. Okay? How do I know that? How do I know if Willy is happy? So this is a picture of Willy when we adopted him, just going out of the vet clinic after his accident. He was in pain. It was very, very hard for him. It was 1.5 years ago, and now I truly think he's happy, but I should ask him. So please help him in welcoming Willy. Willy? Ah, Willy! Yes, that's good. Hello, come here. That's my dog. Okay, yeah, be nice. Shh, 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 be calm. Okay, Willy, I have an important question for you, okay? Willy, listen carefully. Willy, Willy, Willy. If you are happy, you bark 2 times. But if you are unhappy, you just bark once. Okay? Ready? Willy, Willy, Willy. Go, Willy. Yes! Thank you, Willy. Very nice, good dog. So thank you very much, Willy. And thanks, Bia, for helping me with Willy. So because we are in the thank you time, I take this opportunity to thank the entire team. Okay, the entire team officially working on WEP in the context of WEP preparation. In my first slide, I put 18 people. Today, there are 27. Why is that? Because over these 10 days of WEP, it has been so challenging. We needed more and people to help us. These are not the only people who did an amazing job during WEP. I also want to thank the people in this room, the technical staff, the audio, the light, everyone. Also the videographer, you will see in a few minutes what they have done from this event. But also the people for the food, the volunteer students. There were a large number of volunteer students who did an amazing job. So please, I hope that you will join me to show them your appreciation for this WEP. So, at this stage, I think it's time to share the video that has been prepared by the videograph team about this event.
WEP 2026, KAUST has had influential people in it who've driven a fusion of ideas, because that's what great science is all about. It's about having the right ideas about the most important questions. Not only beautiful in itself, but beautiful in the form, the language, the perception. This is what we learn from, things that stretch us a little.
The positive aspect about adaptation is that we don't know yet what it will be, but we're sure it will happen because we don't have a choice. So I'm optimistic in the sense that as a living species, as human beings, we're sure we will adapt.
رؤية المملكة 2030 صاغت الأهداف الأكبر والصورة الكبرى، ولكن يجب أنه نركز على الهدف الأسمى والأكبر ونتكيف مع العقبات اللي تواجهنا في العمل اليومي لتحقيق هذه الغاية.
You don't leave behind where you came from, you bring it with you to improve what's to come.
Don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs are people who have come alive. We need all of us bringing everything we've got to try to adapt and shape a more flourishing future.
الطموح لا يكفي. الضغط الكبير هذا يكون دافع لأي شخص في جميع المجالات مو بس كرة القدم. أعتقد أنه هو الدافع الأول أنك أنت ممكن تحقق إنجازاتك، لكن الرجعة والفرحة تستاهل كل الظروف اللي أنت عشتها.
For our students, think laterally, believe in yourselves, don't be too narrow in your perspective, learn from every avenue. Learn from the humanities, from poetry, from art, as well as from science. And as that knowledge comes together, you will make a fantastic contribution to whatever problem you take on.
Change.
Resilience.
Innovation.
Transformation.
Adaptation.
Thank you.
Thank you, team, for doing this amazing video. Thank you so much. So it's now time for me to say goodbye to you, goodbye to WEP 2026, and to welcome the chair of WEP 2027, Professor Atif Shamim.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I can't see much with the lights here on my face, but I'm under pressure because what Deanna and her team has done is amazing. I also think I need to start training my cat to perform on the stage next year because the competition is tough. No, seriously, it's very hard to fill in her shoes. A big round of applause for Deanna and the WEP team, please. 2026 WEP has been amazing. Well, I've been here in KAUST since the start. I'm a founding faculty. And I was here when the late King Abdullah inaugurated this House of Wisdom. And I've seen empty buildings transforming into the well-equipped international standard laboratories. I've seen young, anxious students like you guys turning into world-class researchers, and I've seen this institution from an unknown entity in Thowal to a globally impacting, a well-recognized university. So KAUST has come a long way. 16 years later, we are here as the #1 Arab university, and there are a lot of discoveries we still need to make. In the next phase, we believe that we will still innovate, we'll explore, we'll discover, but as per our new strategy, with a purpose. Which brings me to the theme for WEP 2027. If we can have the stage. So this is Frontiers, Advancing Mission-Led Discovery. So we will keep on pushing these scientific frontiers. We will keep on innovating and discover, but as I said, with a purpose. This theme actually reflects KAUST's ambition to lead at the scientific frontiers, not for discovery alone, but with purpose. It represents a shift towards research that is deeply aligned with national priorities, delivers measurable impact, and addresses challenges that matter to Saudi Arabia and the world. Frontiers speaks to exploration at the edge of knowledge, while mission-led discovery reminds us that excellence today is defined by outcomes, advancing energy, food, health, water, and AI-enabled solutions that support Vision 2030. WEP 2027 will celebrate bold ideas, interdisciplinary collaboration, and science translated into impactful research. It invites our community to not only imagine the future, but to help build it together. Thank you so much.
Thank you to Professor Atif, Shamim, and good luck to you and the team in preparing for WEP 2027.
While our mission at KAUST is grounded in science and technology, the arts and humanities also thrive within our community. From our students to our faculty and staff, this creative spirit is highlighted by our president, who has published 4 books of poetry, and his spouse, a portrait painter.
It's fitting the WEP reflects these artistic interests alongside the technical and social themes we've explored. Tonight, we're delighted to bring resident talent to the stage to entertain us with music and send us out singing.
Mrs. Natalia Garmashova, a molecular biologist and trained vocalist for over 2 decades of experience, brings her artistry to the stage. Joining her, Mrs. Wendy Keys, KAUST founding artist, coordinator, along with Professor David Keys, founding dean at KAUST, and Professor of Applied Mathematics, Computer Science, and Mechanical Engineer.
While they primarily perform classical music, this evening they'll transport us back to the golden age of Broadway musical theater.
Please join us in welcoming Mrs. Natalia Garmashova, Mrs. Wendy Keys, and Professor David Keys.
Natalia and I are thrilled at this opportunity to introduce our community to the songs of Richard Rodgers, composer, and Oscar Hammerstein, lyricist. We are grateful to the Winter Enrichment team for providing all of the professional management that allows us to entertain you, and in the spirit of WEP 2026, to educate you a little. While we were rehearsing a classical recital last year, Natalia and I discovered our mutual interest in the music of Rodgers and Hammerstein, a corpus of approximately 150 songs altogether from 11 musicals. We decided to create a program with at least 1 song from each musical, which we hope to premiere in Jeddah later this spring. Tonight's program is a short version of that ambition. It consists of 8 favorites from 5 musicals. But for each gem that you hear tonight, keep in mind that there are about 20 others waiting for you to discover. Let's discover a song from a 1945 musical called State Fair. It follows a farming family in Iowa to the Iowa State Fair. The parents came to win prizes for their livestock, but the daughter and son came to the big city of Des Moines for romance. They all found what they were looking for, but not without adventure. It's a grand night for singing, closes out a party scene and the first act. Hey, Natalia, isn't it a grand night for singing?
It is a great night for singing, especially because we have such a great audience.
It's a grand night for singing. The moon is flying high, and somewhere a bird who is bound to be heard is throwing his heart at the sky. It's a grand night for singing. The stars are high above.
Thank you. Those of you who have been to professional theater in New York or London know that the actors are accompanied there by a full orchestra consisting of strings, woodwinds, brass, percussion, and sound effects. I'm the poor substitute for Natalia's orchestra tonight. But our next song is from another 1945 musical called Carousel. If I Loved You is sung by a humble working girl, a seamstress, who is too shy to admit or to reveal her true feelings. It comes shortly after the opening of the show and portends a romance that drives the plot. If I Loved You.
When I worked at the mill, weaving at the loom, I'd gaze absent-minded at the roof, and half the time the shuttle tangled in the threads, and the board would get mixed with the woof. If I loved you, oh, somehow I can see just exactly how I'd be. If I loved you, time and again I would try to say, oh, I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way, round in circles I'd go, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'd leave me, off you would go in the mist of day. Never, never to
A modern Broadway show typically has two acts. The first act introduces the principal characters, typically each with their own song, and it often has a climax that entwines all of their lives. The second act often opens ominously and contains an unexpected plot twist or a conflict to be resolved before a typically happy ending. Our next song comes from the second act of Carousel, after the tragic death of the love interest of the girl whose song you just heard. It is sung to her by her cousin. Titled, You'll Never Walk Alone, the song has become perhaps more famous outside of the musical than within it. It is often sung when comfort or encouragement is required. It has been recorded by countless other artists over the last 80 years. It has become an anthem for the COVID pandemic in 2020. It is actually the theme song of the soccer club Liverpool FC and fans, and the KAUST Community Chorus has sung it, and now it's your turn to embrace it. Rodgers and Hammerstein transitioned show music from the vaudeville era into the modern Broadway era. They did much more than create 150 songs with lives of their own. They transformed musical theater from disconnected revues meant merely to entertain to integrated plots with song and dance set in venues from rural America to the Thailand courts, from Chinatown to the mountains of Austria, while exploring themes of love, family, duty, hope, jealousy, prejudice, with plot twists like untimely deaths and interracial marriage that were previously unheard of on the popular stage. They introduced a sophistication that we have come to expect in modern musicals, like those of Stephen Sondheim, Stephen Schwartz, and Andrew Lloyd Webber. One of their most popular musicals is South Pacific, which is set during World War II on a US Navy base in a Japanese-occupied archipelago where a very risky military operation is about to be launched. In the midst of this, a romance develops between an American nurse and a local farmer at least twice her age. Natalia will now sing Some Enchanted Evening, in which the lovers ruminate on the miracle of a love at first encounter and on their determination not to let it go. It comes early in the first act, Some Enchanted Evening. Thank you. You seem to have enjoyed that number, which is infused with American jazz. Andrew Lloyd Webber, the great British composer of many of the most commercially popular musicals ever, Phantom of the Opera, Evita, Cats, Starlight Express, and others, declared recently that Some Enchanted Evening is his favorite ever Broadway song. If you ask Natalia and me which is our favorite, the answer will be whichever one we've performed most recently. Hey, Natalia, which is your favorite Broadway song?
Well, Some Enchanted Evening, of course.
You see? By the way, Andrew Lloyd Webber is one of the few artists ever to win an Emmy Award for television, a Grammy for music, an Oscar for the movies, and a Tony Award for theater. One such award makes a career. Few artists have won all four. The very first was Richard Rodgers. But Rodgers also has a fifth award, a Pulitzer Prize for authorship. Let's continue with another song from South Pacific, This Nearly Was Mine. This song comes at a tragic point partway through the second act when the relationship we just sang about is broken off because of fear of rejection from the nurse's family. Thank you so much. In our panoramic sampling, we now jump to the last musical of Rodgers and Hammerstein, The Sound of Music from 1959. It is another plot set in the context of the Second World War, but this time in Germany-occupied Austria. The title song, The Sound of Music, is sung by a nun named Maria, who has fallen into disfavor with her superiors in the convent by being a free spirit who misses dinners and curfews because of the time she spends alone wandering in nature. The song introduces the beautiful spirit of this woman who derives strength from the art of solitude. If Maria saw us today, she would bemoan all the serenity that we give up for our cell phones, for their momentary addictive bursts of adrenaline. Please imagine that my opening note is a distant bell that interrupts Maria's meditations and reminds her that she must head back down off the mountain to her convent. But before she goes, there's one more thing she must do. I've got a message for all of us that we have a prayer time, and we'll pause the program for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Professor Keys, Ms. Natalia, Wendy, and if would like to see if there's an intermission for the break, and if people the audience want to come in and finish the set, they're welcome. But this could be a break or an end for some of you who want to continue after the prayer. So it would come to an end for WEP.
Yes. And students who are taking WEP for credit, please make sure you have checked out from this session.
And we now invite you to join the closing reception taking place at the lobby outdoor, outside Building 20. But if you wish to continue the session after the prayer, you're welcome to come back to Professor Keys' program.
Yeah.
2 songs left. So thank you for being part of WEP 2026. We hope you have a wonderful evening, and we hope to see you in WEP 2027.
Thank you.
Sorry, for anyone who wants to finalize the show, we will resume at 6:15. Sorry about that. Thank you. 6:15. Fifteen minutes past 6, 1-5. Someone heard 6:50. 15 minutes past 6, 1-5, 6-1-5.
Is it okay to go now? We're down to a second.
For the first one, I was going to remind you if you came back with the second song.
Yeah, so the first one was
Yeah.
Welcome back after the break prayer. Now we will continue with Professor David Keyes and the two songs that is left. Please welcome to stage Professor David Keyes.
Thank you. A salon of 5 people is more than enough, so thank you all for surviving the break. And thank you so much. We have 2 numbers left, and I think they're worth coming back for. One of them is Climb Every Mountain. The Sound of Music continued, well, actually, let's see. I should be, yeah. I was in the middle of describing, yeah, we had Maria introduced, and our next and penultimate song is from later in the first act, when our heroine is dismissed by her superior, when both realize that the convent life is not for her. It's called Climb Every Mountain, a song of fulfilling one's dreams. It is a call for strength that Maria will need when she ultimately becomes a nanny to a large Austrian family that she must sneak out under the eyes of the occupiers into the freedom of Switzerland. Natalia and I had the great pleasure and honor of performing this song on this stage last October when KAUST hosted the Times Higher Education World Academic Summit, and it's a good theme for the launch of a new semester.
High and low.
I've got a question for you. What is your favorite musical, or song from Rodgers and Hammerstein repertoire?
Climb Every Mountain, of course.
Oh, just like it's mine.
The Sound of Music continued an upward trajectory, so I regret to inform you that Oscar Hammerstein died of cancer shortly after it premiered. Richard and Oscar both attended Columbia University, where they collaborated on a student musical in 1920, only to reunite professionally a couple of decades later. Columbia, where I taught before coming to KAUST in 2009, is located on a street called Broadway that runs the entire length of Manhattan Island in New York City and is about 4 miles north of the theater district, also called Broadway, where they later became famous and very wealthy. Rodgers outlived Hammerstein by 20 years. However, without his lyricist partner, his work declined. He wrote a musical entirely by himself in 1962, then one with Stephen Sondheim in 1965, but never recovered his momentum. After all of the fictional characters that they vividly brought to life, I hope that someday someone will write a biographical musical about the partnership of these two Columbia boys who transformed musical theater. Well, we began our short review with a grand night for singing. We traversed an enchanted evening with you. And to close, we'd like to complete the diurnal cycle with a beautiful morning. We cycle back from the last Rodgers and Hammerstein musical to the very first, from 1943, a long-running stage hit called Oklahoma, which contained a smash hit called Oh, What a Beautiful Morning. And with our last song, we'd like to wish you a beautiful spring semester ahead at KAUST.
I just would like to add, David asked me to memorize one line, and that was the line, and I'm sorry, David, I failed.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is winking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy, it don't miss a tree. And an old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And when did you want to flip it? To the end? The end? The last one with QR.
Thank you for the incredible Broadway performance, Mrs. Natalia Garmashova, Wendy Keys, and Professor Keys. If you're interested in following the performance program,
there's supposed to be a QR code.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a QR code. I remember that.
Well, if you can go to the website vocerisoluto.com. VOCERISOLTO.
Risoluto.
Voce risoluto, Italian for
bold voice.
yeah. And .com, and you can find there all the original playbill artwork from the 1940s and 50s, and of course a listing of the songs if you wish to follow up. And of course, for all of these great numbers, if they're new to you, there's a lot of YouTube videos and so forth to get reacquainted with these Broadway treasures. Thank you for indulging us in some of our favorite music, and have a great semester.
Professor Deanna, please join us to the stage to present the award to Mrs. Natalia. And with this, we come to the conclusion. Thank you for being part of WEP 2026. We hope you had a wonderful evening, and we look forward to welcome you back on WEP 2027.
It's done. It was just the event was just the.
WEP 2026, KAUST has had influential people in it who've driven a fusion of ideas, because that's what great science is all about. It's about having the right ideas about the most important questions. Not only beautiful in itself, but beautiful in the form, the language, the perception. This is what we learn from, things that stretch us a little.
The positive aspect about adaptation is that we don't know yet what it will be, but we're sure it will happen because we don't have a choice. So I'm optimistic in the sense that as a living species, as human beings, we sure will adapt.
رؤية المملكة 2030 صاغت الأهداف الأكبر والصورة الكبرى، ولكن يجب أن نركز على الهدف الأسمى والأكبر ونتكيف مع العقبات اللي تواجهنا في العمل اليومي لتحقيق هذه الغايات.
You don't leave behind where you came from, you bring it with you to improve what's to come.
Don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs are people who have come alive. We need all of us bringing everything we've got to try to adapt and shape a more flourishing future.
الطموح لا يكفي. الضغط الكبير هذا يكون دافع لأي شخص في جميع المجالات مو بس كرة القدم. أعتقد أنه هو الدافع الأول أنك أنت ممكن تحقق إنجازاتك، لكن الرجعة والفرحة تستاهل كل الظروف اللي أنت عشتها.
For our students, think laterally, believe in yourselves, don't be too narrow in your perspective, learn from every avenue, learn from the humanities, from poetry, from art, as well as from science. And as that knowledge comes together, you will make a fantastic contribution to whatever problem you take on.
Change.
Resilience.
Innovation.
Transformation.
Adaptation.
Thank you.